Welcome to the Sacred Child Summit. My name is Kathleen Sherrick, and I'm your host. And today I'm welcoming with big heart, Michiko Hayashi. Michiko is the global director and ambassador of the nonprofit Emoto Peace Project organization. She was born in Japan, and her father was a chief Buddhist priest. She learned to be humble, honest, diligent, and compassionate from his example. She is the author of 12 books in English, as well as a translator of all of these books from English into Japanese. Michiko was personal assistant to Dr. Masaru Emoto for over 10 years. Dr. Emoto was the founder of the Emoto Peace Project. He was the pioneer of HADO, which means vibration, I guess. Michiko, is that right?
Right.
And he was a researcher and a missionary of water. He is also the author of the world bestseller, Messages from Water, and the Hidden Messages in Water, and other books. Dr. Emoto passed away in October of 2014. And since then, Michiko is the successor of his legacy of the Emoto Peace Project. She gives lectures around the world to teach the importance of love and gratitude to make the world a peaceful and harmonious place. The mission of Emoto Peace Project is to distribute 650 million children's books of the Messages from Water. Welcome, Michiko.
Well, thank you so much, Kathleen. And thank you so much, everyone, for being here and sharing this time with me. Thank you. It's an honor to be here.
It's such an important work that you're doing. And I know that there are several different organizations that are conducting work with water, and each has their own role and things that they're doing. Tell us a little bit about what the Emoto Peace Project is doing right now.
Okay, thank you. Well, this is the project that Dr. Emoto launched. Well, with me together, we launched in 2011 when we had this Fukushima disaster. Before that, some other people established some non-profit organizations, but they didn't really go so well. So Dr. Emoto said he wanted to be responsible about what he's doing. So that's why he named it Emoto Peace Project. And we registered on the 22nd of July, 2011. That was his birthday. So ever since then, I have been working for this Emoto Peace Project, as well as being his personal administrative assistant, because I was in charge of doing the international copyrights of his books to foreign countries. So
you know this work very well, is what it sounds like. And so tell us, how did Dr. Emoto come up with the idea of taking water crystal photographs? And I know that you have some slides for us, so would you like to start those now, or what would you like to do?
Okay, well, let me just explain how he started with this. Before he started to do the research on water, he was a doctor of alternative medicine, and he helped more than 10,000 people for over more than 10 years. And at that time, he was using the HADO machine. HADO means vibration, vibrational machine. And with that machine, he used it to find out the root cause of the problems that all the clients had, and imprinted the vibration, HADO vibration frequency, to the water to neutralize the negative cause of the problem, and had each patient drink their own water. And that's how so many people got well and resolved the problem, not only the physical problem, but like a problem with the relationships, or problem with the action, all these things. So anyway, at that time, he knew that everything was vibration, and that water had the memory and could deliver the information. And that's why so many people said, how could water treat people or help people? So he said, I want to prove it. One day he saw the book of snowflakes. Then he said, this is it. If snow makes flakes, water should have crystals also. So it took him like about almost 3 months to obtain the very first crystal. But he knew, he was very intuitive. So he knew that he could see the crystals. So that's how he started.
And so crystals, for those who are new to this whole idea of water and crystalline structures and things, crystals show the vibration or the vibratory element within a certain glass of water or a certain tube of water or a droplet of water or something like that. Is that right?
That's correct. And the most important thing is that for all of us to know that we human beings are water. We're made up of water, more than maybe 70% water, depending on the person, depending on the age. But the plants you have right behind you have water. In the air, there's water. Everything has water. There's no place on this earth that there's no water, right? Even in desert, there's water. So that's why it's so important to know that water is the conductor of vibration of our consciousness also, because our thoughts are vibration.
And so does this mean that water is conscious?
Dr. Emoto always said water is God.
Wow. All right.
And it has the memory from ancient times. And he always said that water, each drop of water has the memory, and then it goes to the universe and delivers the information, and then comes back to the earth with the information. So water is the conductor of everything.
So does that mean like water through evaporation and then the clouds and rain and raining down and condensation and dew? So this beautiful, what you're really explaining here is a beautiful dynamic, a beautiful cycle of water that water, if we become aware of it, it's almost mesmerizing to think about that.
Yeah. It circles just like our blood. And that's why it is so important. We have to know it's just the difference of the size. We're just a small, tiny one person, but this earth is a bigger entity, and every single person, single thing has water, and water is the conductor that delivers all the information.
Well, it records it, it distributes it. It sounds as if he really was onto something and became passionate about it. What would you like to share with us in terms of your information?
Okay.
I'm going to share a screen
I think
here.
This is really important for everyone to know that our consciousness or our thoughts, words, everything we say, hear, feel, has a very big impact on water. And because of the law of vibration, what we emit is what we receive, because of the law of the vibration.
What we radiate, I see.
Yeah. Or maybe I can show the demonstration of the tuning forks now.
Yes.
Is that okay? Okay, these are the tuning forks that Dr. Emoto always carried with him during his seminars. And there are 3 tuning forks, 2 440 hertz and 1 442. And 440 hertz means it vibrates 440 times in 1 second. So 442 hertz is vibrating 442 times in 1 second. They are so close to each other. So when I hit 440, you will be hearing this sound. Okay, here's 440. Okay, and That's the sound of 440. And when I hit 442, it sounds very similar. Oops. Because they're very close. In the law of vibration, the resonance, when two things or when multiple things are resonating, when things are resonating or people also are resonating at the same frequency, they resonate. So when I hit one tuning fork, 440, the other one resonates and makes sound even though I don't hit it. Okay, so let me try this. You can't, I'm sorry, you can't see these two, but I am hitting this one and I'm putting this for the other 440 right here on my desk. So let me hit this one and please listen to the other one and see if you can hear. Did you hear the difference?
I was able to hear it. I hope our audience was able to hear it. I did hear, yes.
Okay, one more time, just in case. Stopped. So because of those two frequencies exactly the same, they resonate. And I would like you to relate this to our thoughts, our feelings, words, everything, because everything is vibration. When I hit 440, how does this 442 react? Do they resonate? Okay. Oops. No. Even though they're so close to each other, if they are not vibrating at the same frequency, resonance does not happen. So that's why learning about vibration is very, very important. The words we use, the emotions we have, we're emitting as energy and making the torus of energy, affecting other people. But at the same time, what I throw, what goes around comes around. Okay? So many people say, I want to be abundant. I want to be healthy. But so many times those people are not using the words, feeling the emotions that are related to what they desire to have. That's is this. We have to make this resonance with the thoughts, words, and action. They have to be in the alignment. Then, boom, the law of attraction happens. Okay?
And I have a question about one of the things that Dr. Emoto, I think, was exploring, and maybe you can help me understand a little bit. And that is there a difference between words and intentions with this? Because for example, if you are saying one thing, but you're intending something different, how does that affect water, for example?
Okay. Thank you for asking. Many people ask me the same questions. Okay, now our thoughts are what water is feeling. So even though I say something that I'm not thinking, if I say something different from what I think, water knows the answer.
So water is not distracted by the words. Water knows the intention.
Okay. So that's very important to know. And that's why Dr. Emoto always said, don't lie, because even though you lie, your water within your body, your air knows the answer.
Beautiful. Thank you. And
Thank you.
Would love to see what examples you have for us.
Let me show you some, my slides. So if you can share screen, please. Thank you. Let me go. The first thing that I would like to show you, maybe I should make a bigger screen, you think, full screen?
Yes.
Okay. This is experiment with three C's that Emma, a child from the United States, did as part of the science experiment. And what she did was she had three same C's and planted in three different pots. And she made two recordings with words, her own words. One was negative words like I hate you and all that, you're ugly and all that. And the other one, she made the beautiful, beautiful recordings with her words saying, I love you, you're so beautiful, all that. And the one in the center did not play anything, but she played those two recordings 24 hours a day and watered exactly the same, and sun ray was coming in the same. The only difference was the words. And this is from the result from 7 weeks later. So why did this happen? Now you probably would like to know why. And I would say it's because of water. Water receives the vibration. Whether it's positive or negative, it knows the answer. Oops. And this is the experiment that I did in July. And I asked 5 different people, 2 from the United States, 1 from Mexico, 1 from UK, and 1 from Japan, to send the intentions remotely. I did not write any words here, just by intention, once a day. And I cooked noodle and put it on the 3 different plates, paper plates. I asked those 5 friends to send positive thoughts to C, and negative thoughts to B, and to B, a noodle, please ignore. So I showed the picture, picture B, the noodle B, noodle C, to everyone once a day, and they would send the intentions to accordingly. And this was 3 weeks after I started doing this experiment. So without putting words, and remotely, our intention, our thoughts reach. Water is the conductor of consciousness. And one person always is, our mind is really busy and we're thinking and feeling all the time. It's almost like 50,000 to 70,000 times a day. It's what they say, the study says. Oops. And out of these, I mean, this is really what is really affecting our health, our life, our happiness, family, society, and the earth also. So just imagine there are more than 7 billion people, almost 8 billion people now on this earth. Each one single person matters because our thoughts are energy, vibration. Now, this is something that Dr. Emoto obtained, and he started to take many water crystals from different places, natural waters from all around the world, and learned that natural water makes beautiful crystals. That means water itself is really beautiful at the molecular level. Even like fountain in Lourdes, it's a sacred water. Sacred water usually makes very interesting because they are more like a shape of rosary. What about music? Because we listen to different kinds of music all the time. And we play music just once. We use distilled water to do the experiment. And this is the crystal from distilled water before playing any music. When we play Beethoven's Destiny, this changes to this beautiful, brilliant crystal. And whereas when playing heavy metal music with words, ugly words, and the singer was singing with anger, then the negative vibration, destructive vibration was so powerful, so water could not form the beautiful hexagonal water crystal. Just imagine, we are water. this air has a lot of water. We are breathing in that water. So what kind of music do we want to listen to? Do we want to play, right? Showing pictures. We are seeing many things every day. How does water respond to water? Now you can really see that water has memory. When we showed this Izumo shrine picture, this shrine with the roof, the shrines have this kind of shaped roof and sacred rope. Then water made this crystal roof and rope.
And Michiko, when you said you showed it to the water, do you mean that you taped it on the water, or you set it in front, or you kind of set it around the water?
When we show pictures to water, we place water on top of the picture like this.
Hold on a minute. I'm going to stop sharing for just a second. Okay, let's see.
When we show the picture to water, we put water on top of the picture like this and place it, leave it for 24 hours usually, or sometimes 15, 16 hours. But Dr. Emoto always said water receives the vibration instantaneously. But for us to be able to obtain the crystals, we try to make sure that water really receives the information.
And so what is the process there then? The water receives the information in a liquid state?
In the liquid state. And have you heard of fourth phase of water? Dr. Gerald Pollack, I have the book, from the University of Washington. This is translated into Japanese. He says fourth phase of water. He and his group discovered fourth phase of water, and it's beyond solid, liquid, and vapor. There's another phase of water, and that's where he says water has memory. Where that is, it's very interesting, because if we put water in the glass, the surface of this inside of the glass and the surface of this water, there's a tiny layer where it excludes all the substances. And when the water is exposed to infrared light, which everything is emitting infrared light, also the sun ray, then this fourth phase right on this border of this water, it starts to expand. And the layer of water structure becomes, the water molecule, the shape of the water becomes like a honeycomb and stays very stable. Usually water molecules are moving around, and that's why the scientists always say, how can water store memory? But fourth phase of water's structures are really firm. So when it sees something, when it hears my voice, then on this layer, fourth phase of water, Dr. Pollack calls it EZ water, exclusion zone, EZ water. That's where it stores the memory information. And because when we take water crystals, we put droplets of water sample to 50 petri dishes, small dishes, and freeze them. Then when you freeze them, this tiny water droplet makes more like a shape of mountain when it freezes, right? And on top of this ice, you can see the water crystals.
So those are the photographs that you've been showing us.
Yeah. And the life of this water crystal is only about 2 minutes or so. In that 2 minutes, 2 minutes and a half, water is really teaching us always something very important, because it tells us what kind of vibration, what kind of information that has. And we don't see the difference from outside when it's liquid water. All the water seems the same, but every single water is different.
And there have been many examples, Michiko, of large experiments that I was reading about with Dr. Emoto. For example, Lake Biwa, is that what it's called? And some of those experiments with water on a large scale. Would you mind sharing with us that example or
Sure.
another one?
Okay, I have just one slide that I show before the prayer and after the prayer.
Okay.
And Dr. Emoto and we have done many experiments with lakes.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. Okay, wait. I will go to toward the end. I had here. How does water respond to our prayer and intention? This was done at the Fujiwara Lake, Fujiwara Dam, when the water was really polluted. So what he did was he brought one of the Buddhist monks to offer the prayer with love and gratitude and Buddhist chanting. He did it for an hour and a half, just with Buddhist monk. And this, before the prayer, we took the water sample, and after the prayer, we took another sample. And before the prayer, this water was really polluted. This, before the prayer picture, you can see, this is, when we have this kind of crystal, or it's even not crystal, it means this is polluted. But after the prayer, the water changes to this beautiful, beautiful crystal. So it shows how we are affecting our thoughts, prayer, meditation, any kind. And collectively, the energy amplifies. That's why when we go to the lakes and pray together, scientifically, we have the data that collective consciousness makes a big difference in the water, lake water, oceans, everywhere.
Are you able to show us those crystals?
Or I don't have them right now.
Okay.
They're not really here with me right now. I do have them in my different computer. I'm so sorry.
That's all right. Is there anything else you'd like to show us on the?
Okay, the words, maybe words. People can see the. Oh, this is for child.
Yes,
the words. Some of the words I would like you to see. Let's see. Well, people probably know the water crystals from. Can you see this or?
Not yet. No.
Share screen. Oh, okay. Can you see now?
Yes, and if you could go full screen.
Full screen. Here you go. All right. Thank you and you full. Now, water, every word has its own vibration. And they do make difference in the water. Now, this is thank you in English, German, and you full in German. Dr. Emoto have tested over 30, 40 languages of you full and thank you. And they're all different, but when we show thank you in any languages, they're all beautiful. A you full or even worse words, they make an ugly form.
And so help us understand when things are beautiful and that looks beautiful, compassion.
Compassion.
Yes. And so what's how would you describe the difference in the shapes? One seems to have a distinct shape and the other doesn't really.
Right. Okay, thank you. The vibration or information is positive, then the water makes beautiful hexagonal crystals with like this compassion. It's like a star and hexagonal in the center or when you see it. But when the information or vibration is negative, when negative means negative emotions, negative thoughts, negative words, negative anything, sound. Then water does not makes misshapen. Misshapen means it's not exactly hexagonal, or they look ugly, or they don't even make any crystal. So that's the difference. When we do the testing experiments, we make 50 water crystals and see what portion, how many percentage of beautiful hexagonal crystals, or simple hexagonal, or misshapen. So that's how we can tell the information of the water.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Harmony is so beautiful. And now you can see like a tuning fork. When we are in harmony, it makes a beautiful, beautiful crystal. And harmony cannot be made just by one, because we need the resonance. When there are more than two, we can make beautiful harmony in the environment within yourself also. And another thing, when he was doing the HADO, working as a doctor of alternative medicine, he learned that every single part of the body, internal organ, has its own frequency. And then when we leave the organs with an unbalanced frequency, and if it goes on, that's when we start to have the problem in that very place. So being resonant with the intrinsic frequency is very important when we think about the good health. So how can we do that? Then Dr. Emoto always said, stay happy, laugh a lot, and be positive. That's how we can balance, neutralize the vibration. Peace and war. This is very important because the wars show the difference between peace and war. War is broken, but it's not only water crystals. When Dr. Emoto started to do the testing of the water, research of the water, he started to take the water sample from his office, from tap water from his office. Every day he was checking what kind of toxins the water had. And they have the slight different levels of toxins. But on the 17th of January in 1991, the number went up, and he didn't know why that happened. And then that evening, he discovered that that was the very day that Gulf War started. In the battlefield, they were dropping a lot of bombs. That destructive energy reached Japan instantaneously. Even though we can't see that destructive energy, it goes around the world instantaneously. So we should not have any fightings or war, but we should be living in harmony. This is why peace is so important.
And this is the result of testing tap water.
Tap water, right. Self-love. And for mothers and teachers and everyone who wants to do something to raise children, let's respect and let's raise children with positive intention, because when we show the word, I can't do it anyway, the water is broken already. So just like tuning fork, when we are not, oh, okay, let me go with this. And whereas I can do it from the beginning, the water crystals are different. So when we want to do the project or whatever successfully, do you want to make resonance? If I say, I can do it, then the other I can do it, resonate, and then come back. That's the law of attraction. That's the law of vibration. But a lot of people have this project or want to have a beautiful life, but they keep hitting something different vibration by thinking, complaining, or getting angry, being worried about something. That's not hitting the same vibration.
So if we apply this to young children, parenting of young children, educating, working with young children in our family, then all of these things that you're saying, for example, that the words that we use when we're around children are actually emanating a vibration. And so our consciousness around the words we use, the emotions we use sound to be incredibly important.
Incredibly important.
And this is from a research perspective, as it is supported by water. Exactly.
Yes.
And let's go even one step further. If I could ask a question about, we know that the amniotic fluid, in the uterus is 98% water and nutrients. Water and nutrients. This is what it is. And so, has there been any research done that you know of? Okay.
Yes, I wanted to show that.
Let's go.
Let me see. Let me go to amniotic. What Dr. Emoto said, water is the mirror of our heart. Okay, here comes full screen. All right. Babies in the womb is conscious. They have the consciousness already, even when they are in the baby. The moment the moment of conception, the babies already have the consciousness. This is the distilled water, and this is from amniotic fluid.
Could you share the screen?
Oh. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Share this. Oops. Here you go. Okay. And then full screen.
Yes.
All right. This is the distilled water. And now Dr. Emoto had the medical doctor in Korea who wanted to help him with this research. So he obtained amniotic fluid. And of course, to be able to obtain the water crystals, we have to dilute it. And this is the picture from after diluting 50,000 times. It makes a beautiful crystal. And when we showed this child smiling to amniotic fluid, then that amniotic fluid made this beautiful crystal. Wait until this music, when we played the 4 seasons of Vivaldi, the amniotic water changed to this beautiful, beautiful crystal. So now it really matters what kind of music, what kind of vibration we give to the baby when the mother is pregnant. Environment, her emotions, her words, and environment really matters. This is the word in Korean, baby, I love you. And we showed it to amniotic water. This is how the liquid responded. So for mothers to be in the future, or now whoever is pregnant or around babies or children, please know that they already have the memory. It's so this is really okay. Let me just stop it. Oh, we have this Imagine Earth Zoom event. So anyone who would like to join, it's December 3rd, 4th or 4th. It's a worldwide event with Dr. Emoto's son, Dr. Bruce Lipton, Foster Gamble from the movie Thrive, also from Egypt, Tracy Ash, the 4-day event. So if you would like to obtain more information, please go to the website hado.com. Then you can find it. Thank you. Let me close it.
Thank you so much for sharing that amniotic fluid. Now, was that amniotic fluid that was taken during pregnancy and put then in a cup, or how? Do you
I
recall?
don't know the detail because at that time I was just his personal assistant and I was not in the laboratory at that time. Though these days I do go into the laboratory. So I don't know about the detail, but I remember that Dr. Emoto was so excited and he knew that this was so important to spread to the world.
I would agree with that. It sounds important. If a baby is marinating in this amniotic fluid for its entire gestation, that sounds quite important. And it's also, I think, good to note that it's probably highly unlikely that a mother would be able to stay in full consciousness, in a state of compassion or gratitude 100% of the time.
Right.
And yet the information about what happens when we can do that, it seems to be quite important.
Dr. Bruce Lipton said that our consciousness, subconsciousness is a habit, and that comes from our childhood or even when we were in the womb. The environment we are learning from mothers, action, words, fathers, families, and communities. And that's all stored in our subconsciousness. And when we don't want something, we can always try to be conscious, and with our intention or with our consciousness, we can start to change it. But the best is to make the beautiful environment for the babies until they're 7 years old.
Thank you, Michiko. And one thing that I recall from Dr. Emoto's writings is that love and gratitude seem to be two things that he decided he would consider together.
Yes.
And I remember him saying something about even the signature of H2O had a meaning. Can you tell us about that?
Okay, thank you so much. Could I show you water crystal picture of the love and gratitude?
Please.
Okay, share screen one more time. Oops, not this one, this one. All right. All right, the most beautiful water crystal that Water made was after showing the words, two words together, that was love and gratitude. And that's why we use this beautiful love and gratitude water crystal picture on the children's book. He said, water H2O is, in his formula, 1 love and 2 gratitudes. That means the creator of this earth designed this earth with love and gratitude. And so when we receive, I should say, I can say God's love. By the way, water is the conductor in delivering that love and love of God to all living beings, everything on this earth. And we should be receiving God's love with 2 gratitudes. Then 1 would stay within me, and the other gratitude will be switched to love and given to the next person, to you, Kathleen. And then you will be receiving my love with 2 gratitudes, and then it will stay within you, and 1 will be changed to love and given to your family. And then it will start going all around your family, community, and the earth. And he said, this is the way the whole world will be a peaceful and harmonious place. So, and this also, love and gratitude is the immunity. When you're in the state of love and gratitude, your vibration is so high, so the immune system is really working really well. And can I show one more thing we did in our institute? last year we took the water crystals from COVID-19. And as you can see, COVID-19 is not really hexagonal. It's a little broken, but it's not really that bad. So originally when he was born, it was just a virus. I mean, not negative or not positive, but just virus. But what makes it worse is negative vibration of fear. When we included COVID-19 with fear, maybe with anger also, then it becomes negative. But not to worry, because when we take off fear and replace with love and gratitude, see how beautiful it changes. So love and gratitude is the immunity. It can transform everything in a beautiful, beautiful way. So the world will be a beautiful place when each person is always in the state of love and gratitude.
Michiko, that was really beautiful. Thank you for sharing with us. Are there any last words of wisdom that you have for parents or intended parents or educators of young children?
Thank you so much. Well, yes, if I was very happy. I'm very happy. I have 2 sons. And when I see Dr. Emoto's family, he was always saying that world peace starts from the family. So if I raise my children and stay with my family with love and gratitude, with happiness, laughter, respect, not ignoring, but respect and love, then just imagine every single family will be happy. There won't be any conflict, fighting, but it will be a beautiful, and you will not regret when you raise your children with so much love. Enjoy the moment, because you can never have that time back. So
thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Yes, and I know that many people intend to do this, and then our own situations and things may sometimes step in and take us in a little different direction. And there's so many things I think we could maybe take away from this research, even as simple as, you know, here in the United States, t-shirts with different sayings on them are very popular. And to be aware of what those sayings, what are they? What do they mean? And is your child wearing something that, if it was exposed to water, because it is exposed to water, because their bodies are filled with water, is it a positive thing for them or not? There's some very simple little things that we can be mindful of.
Right. If you have some positive writings, and I mean, that would affect our health, our water within our body, around us also. If you put some positive words and beautiful words in the water bottle and drink it, and that's a good reminder also to feel thankful to water that we're drinking. And whenever we take a shower, we can just say, oh, this is a beautiful water that gives me a good luck life and beautiful life, and thank you, water. Then that vibration goes down the drain and goes to the soil. So everything, I mean, whenever we wear things, something positive, choose something positive.
Thank you, Michiko. Thank you. Now, I understand that for our audience, you have a free gift that you would like to offer.
Oh,
is that right?
Thank you so much. Yes, I'm so happy, because the mission of this Emoto Peace Project is to distribute 650 million children's books. And this book is translated into many, many different languages, almost like over 30 languages. And all of the people translated voluntarily. And so this is the work of everyone's love. And I would like people to share this. Let's see.
So we will actually have it in a link that accompanies this video.
Uh-huh.
So,
Okay.
and so is this a downloadable kind of thing?
Yes, downloadable. And I will just give the brief look at this page right here. If they go to emotopeaceproject.net, and here's a picture book, I will give you the link so they can choose the language they want and download. And this will be a beautiful, beautiful one of the Christmas presents for the families and friends also, I believe. And please download. Thank you so much.
Download and spread the love and the gratitude and the good vibrations and the consciousness of water. Thank you, Michiko.
Thank you very much, Kathleen. And thank you so much, everyone. And I hope you have a wonderful day. And please remember that I love you all. And thank you so much again.
And for more information about Michiko and the Emoto Peace Project, you can go to the links that accompany this video. Thank you so much, Michiko.
Thank you, Kathleen.